Welcome to Encounter, where we celebrate putting faith into action and community leaders who live out compassion, grace, and love. We're a program of the Broome County Council of Churches that addresses food insecurity through CHOW and the Greater Good Grocery, provides hospital and jail ministry, builds wheelchair ramps, and assists neighbors with transportation and shopping services through Faith in Action volunteers. We invite you to the conversation. Encounter your neighbors as we learn to walk together in love and kindness.
Good morning and welcome to Encounter. I'm your host today, Joe Sellepack, Executive Director at the Broome County Council of Churches. Council of Churches is celebrating its 85th birthday this year. We've been around for 85 years and we've started a number of programs, all of whom we've had talking about some of their history on this program here recently. We have a 50th anniversary of CHOW, the 30th anniversary of Faith in Action, and the 250th wheelchair ramp that we built for with our Ramp It Up program. One of the other programs that is celebrating a milestone this year is our Greater Good Grocery. Greater Good Grocery, it's hard to believe, was started 5 years ago and helped us talk a little bit about the changes and what's been going on with the Greater Good Grocery are a couple of people that are no strangers to Encounter. We have Stacey Fitzpatrick, who is our manager of the Greater Good Grocery bus.
Good morning.
And we have Kinya Middleton, who is our general manager for the Greater Good Grocery. So Kinya, let's start off by talking about what's transpiring and what's going on at the Greater Good Grocery these days that might be different than what we were 5 years ago when we first started.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'll start out by saying the grocery store is it's really being spread in the community. A lot of people know more about the grocery store. They understand our mission, and we've really expanded programs that can help people. So I think that's kind of where we're at. We're still a community-based grocery store, but we have so many programs that really help people.
And what are some of those programs?
So we have our WIC program, our Give Back program, which essentially you essentially get $20 when you spend food stamps when you spend food stamps, you get $20 back of our Give Back bucks. We have the Double Back, which is the same thing, but that's for produce, fruits, and vegetables. We also have the FVRX bucks, which is through Rural Health. So you can get protein and vegetables. It's kind of like a prescription, food to medicine program. So those are just kind of some of the programs that we offer, but we're always looking for ways to really help the community.
Yeah, so really if you think about it, if a person goes to shop at the Greater Good Grocery and they get the extra $20 that, if they spend up to $20, they get $20 reimbursable. They get two for the price of one.
Absolutely.
And that's really helping people who are on SNAP double the impact of their SNAP dollars so that they can perhaps get enough for the entire month instead of it being just like a week or so.
Yes, we have a lot of people, they wait, so like when they go shopping, they wait until the end of the month and then that's when they spend it all, because a lot of the times the money that they're giving isn't enough to carry through. And people are very thankful for the Give Back program in general, because if they didn't have that, they would have to go to pantries. And so this is a very humble and a humble experience for people who would normally, if they didn't have the give backs, they might have to go to a pantry. And now we know with the economy, there isn't too much left at a lot of pantries. So this stops that.
And WIC is a new addition this year, right?
Yes. So we have WIC at the store and we have WIC on the bus also. And so WIC, and one of the things with WIC is a lot of people, when they go into a regular store, they're worried about if these items match or if they're acceptable for WIC. We have the items that are a WIC shelf, so people can go right to that. We have signs up that say WIC approved, so they know exactly what to grab, so there isn't any discrepancy at the register.
Now, Stacey, everything that's available at the store is also available on the bus, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct. We're actually the second mobile market in the state to carry WIC, which is wonderful. We have so many parents that have that but nowhere to use the benefit. So we're able to take our bus into areas of Broome County, and people can come and shop and use their WIC card and get WIC products right on the bus.
And WIC, and also the double back program,
Yep.
right?
As well as the give back. So we match up to $20 a day on the bus as well as the store when you spend SNAP on the bus. And then for anybody else that's shopping in the store or the bus, if you're not using SNAP, we also have a reward program. So after 10 visits, you do get $10 off. So we're super thankful for everyone that comes and spends their money in the store. And one of the most amazing things is when you shop in our store or on our bus, your money stays right in Broome County, and you're going to feeding your neighbors and your community members. So that's one thing that we're proud of.
Yep.
And those little, it's a card that
Yes.
that every shopper gets, right?
Yes.
And so for every $1, or
Get a punch.
well, every time
Every transaction,
every
right?
transaction you get a punch. It's like an old-fashioned card.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
And,
fun.
and people really keep it too. They're like, wait a minute, like before I leave, they're like, I need this, please stamp this. So it's like, it's one of those things that it's a great thing. It still brings the customer back into the store. So the programs that we had, just like Stacey said, it caters to everyone. So nobody's left out. Everybody is reaping a benefit from the store and the community.
And one of the things that the Greater Good Grocery is known for in the community, and it's regardless of who I talk to, they say, oh, that's where I can get Ben & Jerry's for $1,
Yep.
right? So that's on the weekends, right?
Yes, on the weekends, we have it, and when we have our free produce day, the last Wednesday of the month, we have that sale then. So yes, that's on that day, but it's very popular. Like we had to, because it was so popular, we had to cut it down to 5 minimum because people would come in and they would get so much. There's like 5 minimum. So then they're like, all right, I'll be back tomorrow. So like, yeah, so people have this down to a science, but it's a great thing. People really come into the store. But not only that, when they're buying the ice cream, then they buy other things too and really get to see like what great things we have in the store.
Oh, it's interesting that that the other thing that we're kind of known for is our ethnic food.
Absolutely.
Which is not necessarily something that you would think of when you think of a small grocery store, right?
Yes, so we have a lot of spices, curries, jerk flavors, browning, just about anything you can think of, a lot of Asian sauces. So a lot of people come, they're like, I can't find this. There was a restaurant, I think it's like a Caribbean restaurant. When they came in the store, they were excited that we had these things. They're like, I usually go to New York City for these things. And I'm like, we have them here. So we're always looking out for any type of customer that we could bring in to share the experience that we have at the store.
That's one of the great things too, Stacey, that I think about as far as like the Greater Good Grocery bus, is that you take a lot of the same products that you have at the Greater Good Grocery and you're bringing them into the community where people have mobility issues or they have problems getting to the store.
Yep, absolutely. We really listen to our customers. We talk to them every day. What are you cooking? What's on the menu? Really, we talk about food all the time, but through those conversations, they tell us, oh, I really wish you had dry black beans on the bus. Dry black beans are now on the bus. So we really listen. We want everyone to be able to make a meal when they come to the store, they come to the bus. So we do order products because customers ask for them. But yeah, I think that's one good thing is we have a very large variety on the bus, considering it's such a small space. But we do have lots of items for people that have dietary needs or maybe they're sugar-free. So we do try to have those items on the bus as well.
And we also try, we've been trying to get more proteins, right? So, because that's been one of the ones that we've kind of struggled with, right?
Yep. So yeah, proteins, but right now though, we have a lot of frozen proteins. The goal is to get to fresh, but we're still trying to make sure we have enough foot traffic for that. But right now we have frozen, so we have ground beef, ground chicken, ground turkey. We have a lot of great smoked meats, which is very popular with our older population. They love the smoked turkey wings. They love the ham hocks, the neck bones. So those are very popular, but we're always looking of ways to bring it to us so we know that people need the protein, and so they get it there too. We have just about everything.
Now, Kinya, one of the questions that we often get asked is, and it's one of the kind of the myth around the Greater Good Grocery at times is that it's only for poor people.
Yes, so yeah, I'm not sure like where that came from, but it's for everybody. And people, when they, just like you said, people are like, can I shop there? Of course, we want you to shop there because it goes back into the community. And the store is for everyone. There's so many different programs in there. It's a great atmosphere. Like my staff, amazing. They keep the store so clean and so neat, and we play great music. And so I think those things along with all the great programs that makes someone want to shop there. So yeah.
Yeah, and the same goes for the Greater Good Grocery bus. I've had people say, well, you know, I've seen it, but I've never gone on it. Anybody can shop off the bus, right, Stacey?
Absolutely. It's so important for people that just please stop by, come and check out the bus, come and check out the store. This is part of your community, and we're here for you. And even if you think you don't need to shop there, by you shopping there, you're supporting your community, and hopefully you can spread the word. You know, so yes, we want everyone to come and shop on the bus in the store.
So Kinya, how has it changed in 5 years?
Oh yeah, wow. So we were just talking about that. You know, we've all been together for 5 years. When we first started out, it was like at the end of COVID, and that at the time I was, well, not at the end, it was like still in COVID times, and I was the assistant manager then. And one of the things that we struggled with was inventory,
right,
and just trying to find inventory. A lot of things were kind of locked up at that time, so we just kind of started with like 1 or 2 shelves. And I think we had produce.
Very basic produce.
Very basic. We didn't even have milk or eggs or cheese. So just like when we think about those things now, we have so many different types of cheeses, bagels. You know, we have a whole Goya section now. So many types of dressings, noodles. So yeah, we've really it's like it's crazy like when we think about it, and how like we just had 1 shelf. And just like some fruit, and not even everything, just because of the time. During that time, it was really hard to get inventory. So we've really grown since then.
We carry hummus now.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
so
yeah,
hummus,
like,
yeah.
Hummus. Yeah, well, like when you think about that, yeah, all
really
different types of mozzarella cheeses. You know, yeah, we do feta cheese. Like when you think about it, we're like, okay, we didn't have anything at that time, but we have so many different things, and we're always still looking to like increase our inventory any way we can.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And the bus was added, it's been what, 2 years or 3 years?
3 years.
3 years. And like how do the stops on the bus work?
So right now we're up to 20 stops a week. You can go right on Facebook and check out our schedule. So we usually roll into a stop for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the location, and people can come on and do their shopping while we're there.
And pretty much they can get. And this was something that we really wanted to make sure, is that if you go on the bus, you can get your produce, you can get your meat, you can get virtually anything. Right. Probably a little bit more limited
right.
than
We have
the
a smaller
store,
selection in the store, but we have a freezer on the bus. So we do have the ice cream, we have our $2 French fries. Like we have really good deals in the freezer section. We have our cooler on the bus with all of the great dairy and eggs. Our manna meals, we have a whole manna meal shelf on the bus. And then our produce selection is basically everything that we have in the store we have on the bus. So it definitely can make a meal.
So, and that's another thing that's changed, like in the last, really in the last 6 months, really, but is manna, manna meals, making abundant nutrition neighborhood accessible is what manna stands for. But it's the things that we sell at the store currently are kind of going off the shelf, I think, a little bit. We have some really interesting products. You want to talk about them, Kinya?
Sure. The manna meals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the manna meals, we can't keep right now. We can't keep the manna meal cooler stocked because it's so popular. Right now we have some rotisserie chicken, and we have some mac and cheese. I think he just put in like I saw yesterday, it was like a beef meal or with mashed potatoes. But potato salad, summer salads. So we really can't keep anything on there. A lot of people love that, especially people on the go, our older population, our working population. A lot of people who work overnight, they like coming for the lasagna, and that's one thing, like people love the lasagna. I have to tell Scott about that.
And
like
the price is
unbelievable. Yeah, it's
unbelievable.
unbelievable, and it's half of what you would pay at a chain for a prepared meal, and it tastes delicious.
Delicious,
too.
whole,
No, it's really good. Yeah,
whole food.
quick,
It's like
yeah,
real,
and it's
real
fresh.
food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quick too, and like someone who, like as myself, trying to eat better. It's one of those things where it's perfect. It has the veggies, it has just about everything you need to for a meal.
Yeah.
And it's good too.
And so those rotisserie chickens are $4.50?
$4.50. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. I think at another store, it's probably about $7 or $8.
Oh, there's some of them. They're $10.
10?
They
Yeah.
could be $9.
Wow.
Yeah,
$9.99.
I went to the grocery store and I was looking for a whole chicken, and I found one, but it was $14 for a whole chicken.
Shoot,
And it was not even cooked
Right.
yet. So the idea of getting a $4 rotisserie
You
chicken.
can't go wrong with that. And they have different flavors too. So there's like a lemon, a buffalo, a regular roasted. So there's so many different things you can choose from. And on top of those things you can choose from, it tastes really good.
Yeah.
So I think that's more important. Even with the price being affordable, the taste exceeds the price.
And one of the things that we want to emphasize is that whenever you shop at the store, whenever you buy a Manna meal, you're actually helping support other Manna products inside of the community that are. So the meals that we do at the store are things that we buy. So we buy the chicken, we buy the things for the lasagna and all the rest of the food, and we put all of those together into a meal. And so all of that goes out in that kind of a way. But then what we want to make sure that people know is that when they buy one of those meals, they support 2 more meals in the community that are being given away at pantries, community meal programs. Manna itself has been able to generate almost a little over 50,000 meals
Wow.
in our community in the last year. So by buying a Manna meal, you're helping support a really huge program that's doing a lot of good in our community. And the same thing for the Greater Good Grocery. When you shop at the Greater Good Grocery, it's not just about shopping at the Greater Good Grocery,
Absolutely.
is it?
You're definitely pouring back into the community and the programs that we offer at the council. So that's one of the reasons why people really should shop there. You're spending your money, and it's something meaningful that goes back into the community. And that's kind of what the store and the bus, we stand for, community-based programs. We're really here in the community. And when you think about, when you hear our name, that's what we do.
Yeah, Greater Good Grocery, Greater Good.
Yes, for the greater good of the southern tier. So yes.
Yeah. So my guests today are Kinya Middleton and Stacey Fitzpatrick, and we've been talking about the Greater Good Grocery and the Greater Good Grocery Bus and the growth of the past year, 5 years. 5 years is like a big deal for any new program, right?
Absolutely, new business. I think kind of when we first came on, we were like, whoa, like, what are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna do it? But I think every single day, we're always looking at ways to help people, but also to benefit the store. So we're constantly thinking. I feel like we're always like trying to bounce ideas off of each other. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And like we have great people too at the council who really support us in the mission, our development team. There are so many moving pieces that make the store successful. So we're very grateful for that.
And it's interesting that 5 years, because 5 years is usually when a business fails. So when we were always trying to get over that 5-year hump, is what we used to call it a lot, and we would talk about how are we going to get over that hump. And as we're thinking about like the future of the Greater Good Grocery, what are some of the things that you're hoping for?
I'm hoping for more foot traffic. I think with any business, we're always looking at ways for foot traffic, but more importantly, not even foot traffic, just more ways to make sure that we're making an impact on the community. So even though we're moving and like the store is becoming busier than what we've seen in the few years, we still are looking at ways to kind of, how can we impact the community? How can what we do here really affect everyone? How can the mission that we have at the store let people know what we're here for? I mean, one of the things last year when there were cuts with EBT, we really helped out the community so much with just that program. I think people were so grateful. We've had people come in and cry during those times, like, thank you, like, I don't know what my family would do if we didn't have this until, the federal government released those EBT funds. So we're always on our feet, creatively thinking how we can help people. So yeah.
And Stacey, we're looking forward to having something in the next year,
so
right?
Yes.
we've been talking about it for a long time now, but the new bus is, things are moving. We have some traction there, so not a lot to say right now, but there are definitely things in the works.
Yeah, there are things in the works. So the new bus is going to be more accessible for people,
it's going to be more accessible. The aisle it's going to be a bigger bus, so the aisle is going to be wider. We're going to be able to have more merchandise on there. We're going to have more freezers, more coolers, so we'll just be able to provide a lot more options and a lot more. I'll be able to have more stock at each stop, so because stock can be an issue. But I know, for 5 years we're hoping to have some more stops with the bus. Mm-hmm. So we definitely want to get out there into the community a little more, and we just want to be able to add more access to people, more so they can have healthy choices, they can have good food, for themselves and their family. So we, like Kinya said, we continuously try to think, how can we be more helpful? How can we provide more? How can we have more access? So we'll continue to do that in the community, right?
And another thing that you were saying too, like even with the stops, we get a lot of inquiries about more stops.
Right.
Can you come here? Can you go to another place? And one of the things too, like because of the bus being older, sometimes it's not accessible as we would want it to be, but we know that it's making an impact. Right. Because we're receiving calls of people saying, hey, the bus isn't here, or we need this today. And one of the things I'm still talking, but one of the things I really love about Stacey is last week the bus was down and Stacey was grabbing groceries and shopping for people inside the store and dropping the groceries off to them. So that's one of the things, like, we're really committed, and this is our job, but we really care about our community. So,
and we know our customers. We know
Absolutely.
where they live. We know their names. So we do have personal relationships with a lot of people, and I think that's what helps with a lot of our decision making and keeps us trying to do better. Are the people that we know first names. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the missions or the mission statement for the council that we kind of live under is connecting compassion with needs, inspiring hope with dignity. Mm-hmm. That dignity piece is a huge part of what we really try to infuse into everything that we do. So the idea is that we don't treat them as a person who's on SNAP. Mm-hmm. We don't treat them as a person who's on WIC. We see the family, and we know their story. We know what they like, what they don't like.
Right.
all the things that kind of go along with that, and all the messiness that kind of comes along with that too. So it's a lot more like going back in time to a neighborhood grocery store, right? And how fast can a person get in and out of the grocery store?
Oh, really quick. I mean, just depending on the time, because there's certain times where it gets really busy.
Ice cream sales.
Yeah, those ice creams. Yeah. I mean, Wednesday's produce day. It'll take a little longer, but like we have it set up so you can get in and out the store.
Pretty fast.
It's pretty fast. You can get what you need, just depending on what you have to get, and that's one of the things. You don't have to worry about big aisles. It's very compact, safe, and clean. So yeah, you're in and out.
And that's an important thing for us, is that safety and cleanliness of the area. I know that you take a lot of pride in that, Kinya.
Yes, yes, I think everyone does. I think like everyone, that's one of like the rules, like the golden rule of like keeping the store really clean. And people love that. People who've came in, they're like, wow, they came to look at it, they're like, this store is very clean. And we definitely want that to be a factor of people coming back, so yeah.
Yeah. And parking is usually pretty easy to find, right out in front too, right?
Yes, right out in front. Some people who may have mobility issues, you can park right in front of the store. So it's a short walk from the car to the store.
So and they can find the hours for the Greater Good Grocery too.
Yes. So yes. So the hours are Monday through Saturday from 9 to 7, and then we have on Sundays we are open from 12 to 7. 12
to 7. And so the Greater Good Grocery, you can find the Greater Good Grocery on their webpage is www.greatergoodgrocery.net.
Yes.
Right? And then and there they can find a listing of all the programs, and they can also find the stops for the grocery store bus. And they would be able to find a connection with you if they would like to send you an email or to be able to connect with the store.
Yes, and we have a great Facebook page too that's very active too. So if people don't go to that site, they can also look us up on Facebook, and it has all the same items that all the same things that you just said on Facebook.
And one of the things that I love about our Facebook is that you can see some of the deals that are coming in and all that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that's a great thing too. Like we have a really good social media team that works really hard on that, and you get to see what we have new in the store, what deals, and it just reminds you of different things. We try to specialize different holidays, different things that you need during the holidays. Thanksgiving, we have a lot of good deals for that. 4th of July, we'll have some candy out for that, different items. So we always try to, look for community things and holidays. So, yeah.
Well, my guests today have been Stacey Fitzpatrick with the Greater Good Grocery Bus, and Kinya Middleton, our general manager for the Greater Good Grocery. I want to thank you both for being on Encounter today. I know it's been a while since we took that trip to Baltimore, and we got into talking and all that kind of stuff. But it's always good to have both of you on and for us to talk a lot about what you're doing. I can't tell you how many times I've talked with people and they've said, you've got a great staff over there at the Greater Good Grocery.
Thank you.
You guys do an amazing job.
Well, we learned from a leader, I guess. They say it trickles down. So we're thankful for you too, and thank you for supporting our mission and even our thoughts. Like even when we went on that trip, I'm like, hey, I think we should do this, and you're like, yeah, okay. But you're always supportive, and any way to make us grow. And I think as a leader like yourself, making sure that your staff can grow is a plus. So thank you so much for that.
And for all of you, I pray that you would have a great day today. Be kind and gentle to each other. Have a great Sunday.